So here we have, in this directory, we have a Node.js project, and Node.js, the only real thing that Node.js is just a JavaScript interpreter on the command line, right? So you can run applications written in JavaScript, but not on the browser, but instead at the command line. Now, because when you think about JavaScript, most folks think browser, right? This is running on a browser, but that's not the case, right? So JavaScript can certainly also run on the server, right, or at the command line. And one might ask, well, why? I mean, we already can do plenty in JavaScript running on the browser, but there are quite a few limitations when you're running JavaScript on a browser. For instance, you don't have access to the file system. You don't have a database, right? You have to go back to some server and do some HTTP, AJAX requests to get any data. You have some limited network accessibility, right? You have to make sure that wherever you're communicating, they're supporting cores. So you're fairly limited. Obviously, you have a browser, you have a user interface, right? You can interact with the user and forms and whatnot and DOM, blah blah blah. On the server or on the command line, right? When you're running on a full-blown machine, you kind of get the complement, right, of what you get when you're running on a browser. On a file system, when you run JavaScript on the desktop, you kind of get all the usability is kind of the opposite of what you get on the browser. Right here, you don't have access to user interface. Right, there's no forms, there's no interaction with the user, there's no UI. Right, but instead, what you get is direct access to the file system. You can connect to databases. You have unfettered access to the network. So they kind of complement each other very well, right? So if you can have JavaScript on the user interface running on the DOM of the browser, communicating with a Node.js backend, right? They can connect to the file system, databases, network, and whatnot. It makes a really great combination. So that's why we're gonna use Node.js, right, going forward.